Hey, it's Alicia, and I am back with another 12 by 12 process video. Uh, wait, is that how wait, 12 by 12 a process video for a 12 by 12 layout. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, I've decided to use my craft market collection here. So I'm just going through some papers that I'm thinking I want to use. I know I for sure want to use that like polka dot, multicolored polka dot for the background because I love that paper. I pulled out the 6 by 6 pad, and then the 12 by 12 papers I have is like that pack you can get at Michael's, so they're really thin. Like I was not happy with the quality when I saw this there because I loved this line when they previewed it. I was so excited when I saw Michael's had some because I didn't order any online, and I was very upset when I opened the package. But I mean, not that upset because I still love the papers, but I don't know. That was a bit dramatic. I wasn't like that upset, but it's it's not very good quality if you've bought these from there. Some of them are, and then some of them aren't. It's really bizarre. But anyways, moving on. So I'm using a 4 by 4 photo that I printed on my selfie Canon. And this photo actually was just taken when we went to our state fair. And my daughter, Katrina, my oldest daughter, and Dre, her dad, my fiance, they went on the swings. And Dre has a GoPro, so he shot this picture up on the screen or up on the swing while they were on the ride. And when I was going through the photos, I really loved this one. I just thought it was a cute perspective. And with the GoPro, it has like a rounded lens outside of it, so you almost get like a fish eye, type picture when I don't know how to explain it. If you have a GoPro or seen a GoPro video, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so I love the picture. So I'm just doing some layering here. I have this like old music sheets paper that I found at a garage sale, like in a free box. And so I'm just gonna use some of that. I just like the look it gives, and it's like old and kind of crumply, and it's like a more delicate type paper, like when you feel it, the texture of it. So I really like that. And I matted it in that like turquoise and navy stripe. And then that longer strip that's going horizontally is like a cream and a reddish polka dot. So I'm just looking for something to possibly layer under that turquoise paper, but above the polka dot paper, the red polka dot paper, or the cream with red polka dot paper. And you're going to see me pull out probably every sheet in this 6 by 6 pad and test it, and then I don't even put a paper under there. So yeah, I'm sorry this video ended up being 17 minutes, but I just have like a short window of time right now, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time editing, so I just left a lot in there. So that was the paper that I decided on possibly using to layer there. I don't do it right now, and I don't think I do it at all, but that's what I decided on. So I just set it to the side just in case. And I wanted to do some like background work. And so I pulled out this Tim Holtz brick stencil. It's like brick wall. And I'm using some mustard seed distress ink, and I'm just pushing that through the stencil. I marked off where my cluster was, so I kind of know the areas that I'm trying to put the color in so that it kind of peeks through. And I simply did this. It doesn't add a lot of impact to the layout, but I have been doing Project Life as well as 12 by 12 layouts, but more Project Life lately. And so now that I sat down to do a 12 by 12, I just wanted to have some fun. So I decided I wanted to add a little bit more color back there. So I took my worn lipstick and this Heidi Swap stencil, which is definitely one of like my top 5 favorite stencils that I own. I just love these tiny little, I think it's called confetti even. They're just tiny little, there's dots, hearts, and stars. And I don't even know if you can still get this stencil, but if you can, I would definitely recommend it. So I just put some of those small circles in the worn lipstick around, and I'm just seeing how I like it, trying to line everything back up. And I felt like I just needed a few more poking out on the top there. So yeah, I didn't want to do too much with wet media because like I said, this paper is really, really thin. So that's why I kind of opted to do the distress inks. I'm going to punch this polka dot piece with this scallop punch that I have. And I thought at first I wanted the scallops pointing up, but then I like them pointing down better. So I did that, and I'm going to take this frayed burlap and I'm just going to ink all my edges really lightly. Like I'm not heavily distressing anything. Just, I don't know, because I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like scrapbooking and adding in all the details. Sometimes I just like to scrapbook and just do it, and then sometimes I like to do all these like little detail-y things, well, what I consider little details. So I do this off camera, but I just got a sewing machine, so I'm super excited about that. And so off camera, after I erase these, I'm just gonna sew around all of my layers with gold thread, and I will show you that. Oh, here it is. So you can see I just sewed around all of those. So yeah, sorry, I got interrupted for a second. So yeah, I sewed around all the edges and I love it. I love my sewing machine. It's an older one. My fiance had found it at a thrift shop, but it works like a charm. I had brought it in to like get it cleaned and serviced and stuff, and they're like, "It's amazing that's how well this sewing machine sews." So I'm super happy to have it and to use it. But yeah. So I put all my layers together how I wanted them, and I just stapled them together to keep them where I wanted them. And I'm just popping up the actual photo part. And I think I'm going to grab a doily, a small doily. I don't, just like I said, I was just like having a good time. I was pulling stuff out, using products. Why not? I haven't 12 by 12 scrapbooked in quite a while, so it was fun. And now that the school year has started, my kids are in bed nice and early, and I have time to myself at night, so it's nice. I mean, I do scrapbook when my kids are awake sometimes, but it's like constant interruptions, so this was nice to just do it and, you know, keep the flow going. So I'm going to place my picture down. All that stuff is stuck down. And I think I'm going to start looking at what I want to do in that upper right corner. I cut this September. Well, first I cut the August one out, and then I realized this was in September. So I cut the September one out. That's from one of the 12 by 12 sheets. And I knew I wanted to use it because this was on September 2nd. And so what am I doing? So yeah, I'm gonna start with this poolside ephemera. I pulled out my poolside, my craft market, and my confetti ephemera. I'm gonna use that F card, which probably stands for fun, you know, when they made the ephemera pack, but I was looking at it like fair because this is our state fair. And I'm gonna use that sticker, that arrow sticker that says a day at the, that's gonna be part of my title. So that's the poolside ephemera that I'm gonna end up using. And this is the confetti pack, and I pull out this little pink strip of tickets because, of course, you need tickets to get on the rides at the fair. And I'm just looking through it, so I'm sorry if this is boring, but when I scrapbook, I do. Oh, and there's a kite on there too. I'm not going to end up using that though. That's from Poolside. So yeah, sorry if this is boring, but when I scrapbook, I do like to go through like every piece of ephemera. And if you know crepe paper ephemera packs, there's like 4 trillion pieces in them. So sometimes it takes me a while, sometimes it doesn't. That's a craft and gold glitter tag that came in the craft market ephemera pack, down by the picture. And I don't know if it was like a mistake in my pack, but there were like 5 of them stuck together in my pack. So I have like a bunch of those tags. And then there's a banner up top, and then that doodly floral. I loved that over there. Even though this is a picture of my fiance, I figure my daughter is in the picture too, so flowers are acceptable. And then that ticket sheet and that like burlappy stripe looking heart and this number 2. I mean, I probably don't need to like describe what the ephemera looks like. You can see it. But anyways, so yeah, I go through every single piece just to see what I want to use or don't use. I just found for me and the way that my brain works and the way that I scrapbook, that's the most efficient way for me to use as much as I can out of the pack. Like if I just dig through a couple and then I'm like, okay, you know, then they never get used. So those are some Heidi Swap like wood veneer word blocky square thingies, and I pulled them out, but I don't end up using any. And I'm just having a look at the sticker sheets, but actually I don't think I use anything off the sticker sheet for Craft Market or for Poolside. I pulled both of them out. And then this is a chipboard from the Pier, actually, the Pier collection. And I just pulled this geotag out and I stuck it on my desk so I wouldn't forget to use it. And then I forgot to use it. Like, it's not even on the layout. It's probably still on my desk. So I figure I better start sticking stuff down before I get too ahead of myself. And there's like little holes in all the tags and tickets and stuff. So I'm kind of punching those out as I go along. And I don't add any thread to them or anything or any string or twine. I just left the holes as they are. Sometimes I put string through them and sometimes I don't. I'm going to pop that floral up there to the left of the picture. I just thought that added like the right embellishment to that side of the picture because it's like bare over there. But anyways, yeah. So I'm just going to ink around these two bigger cards up there. I didn't ink a lot of the smaller elements, but I did ink like the bigger layers of things. So yeah. So just sticking stuff down with my ATG. Sorry. Yeah. It's one of those mornings. Monday morning, right? I'm going to pop up the bottom part of that banner and then just glue the top of it. And this heart I'm going to end up popping up. And I love the little touches of gold around the layout because everybody loves gold, you know. So this is the Craft Market chipboard. And I'm going to pull this little orange heart because there are orange polka dots in the back, right? So it works. So I put that orange chipboard heart there. And then I wanted to use this You and Me prize ribbon, but I don't end up using like the prize ribbon part of it. So I just slipped that under the photo and then had that little You and Me part sticking out. I don't know. I mean, it's cute, but it was just like I don't know. Yeah. So here I am working on my title. I stuck that A Day at the Fair sticker on top of that heart up there. And then I thought I was going to use these stickers and spell out fair. And I'm going to mess with them a little bit, trying to get the placing how I want it. But you'll see later on the layout, I completely change the thicker. Because I actually get to a point where I end up going to bed. And then when I wake up in the morning, I decide to change the thicker altogether. So I felt like it was just kind of floating there, as do many people. Don't like floating things. So I cut this like arrowy thing out of this turquoise and navy paper that the picture is also mounted on. And I'm going to place the thickers on top of there and stick it down. And I definitely feel like that helps the thickers have somewhere to be and they're not just like hanging out in the universe. And then these are the Craft Market puffy stickers, which I have like 3 or 4 packages of. I love them. And I'm just scattering some around the layout where I feel they are appropriate. I feel like this voiceover is very instructional. So yeah, I'm just putting those puffy stickers around. Who doesn't love a puffy? A puff puff. Whoa, that sounded inappropriate. Like, yeah, not a puff puff. Kids, no puff puff. Puffy stickers are okay though, kids, but not puff puffs. Okay, that was, sorry. I'm telling you. Monday morning. So I'm taking a brown Sharpie. Like that segue. Taking a brown Sharpie now and my ruler and drawing some journaling lines, and I am going to journal just about the picture and how the picture was taken with the GoPro and how I loved it. And how we were at the state fair with our kids and it was a good time. So yeah, I'm just finishing up the journaling there. I had to draw some additional lines. And I don't think I added a puffy sticker down there. Oh, I did. A little arrow. An arrow puffy. And here I am changing these stickers. So I thought maybe I would use these like pink and brown ones because they're kind of fun and, you know, sketchy. And so I do like those, but I'm actually going to end up going with this other thicker, which I believe is from the Pure collection. And it's a craft with like gold polka dots on it. And honestly, I do love the craft and the gold. I think it matches really well, but I really just love the font better. Like it's just a really cute font. And so I'm going to end up using those instead. So I'm going to stick these back. I will say though, I do love these stickers because they stay, well, both of these really, they stay on their backing. I can appreciate a good sticker that stays on their backing. I have so many that are just jumbled in the bottom of the plastic thing, you know? So I replaced those and replaced my little puffy arrow, and that is all good. And what will she do next? I'm just looking through some more. I have these chipboard glitter hearts, but I didn't use any of them. I think I'm going to grab some word phrase stickers, and place a couple of those down. These are by Simple Stories, and you get a million of them, which I love in a pack. I think you get 8 sheets of them, 4 in white and four in cream. And I'm just going to ink around the edges so that they kind of stand on their own. So I put 2 at the bottom, and then I'm going to put 1 on the top of the picture next to that you and me chipboard piece. Just to, well, I was going to say just to balance it out, but I'm not really that technical when I scrapbook. I just put stuff where I like it. I don't follow any rules, or I just do what looks good to me. So, and that's really what it is, right? So I pull out a couple of these chipboard square color blocked with gold foil pieces from the chipboard sheet from Craft Market. I love those things though. I kind of am hoarding the ones I have left. They're cute. And then I'm just going to ink around the edge because I always feel like my layouts need to be like closed in at some way. And then this was a disaster. I tried to use my Heidi, that gold stuff, the gold mist to splatter. And like at first it wouldn't splatter. And then when it did splatter, it was like too much splatter. It was everywhere. These huge blobs of it on my picture and everything. I just left it on the picture though. It ended up drying. It's alright. It wasn't on their faces or anything. But at the bottom left, there's like huge blobs of it that came out. But I'm going to roll with it. It's not that serious. So that's going to be it. I'm going to do some close-ups. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed this bizarre voiceover. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my next video will probably be a Project Life video with the new Studio Calico kit. Um, but we'll see. Thanks, guys. Bye.